Hey guys, welcome back. I am back. And I hope your afternoon is going great. Mine is going great also. Yes, indeed. I was just talking to my friend. Just got off the phone with her probably like 15 minutes ago. And we were just talking about life in general. You know, as we get older, you know, changing in different perspective of life. And she said, "You would never believe if I tell you." And I said, "What is that?" She said, "I met this guy. I got a new friend." And I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Good for you." I said, "You never, told me you was talking." I said, "Well, did just happen today?" No, I didn't want to tell anyone because I didn't, just wanted to keep it low key. So I do understand that. But when she was telling me about the guy's in jail. And I paused. And she started laughing. "Why you get quiet?" I said, "Because I'm going to tell you something. How I view life. When you in your 20s, we're going to make all type of mistakes. That's just life. You're supposed to live and learn from your mistakes in your past. Okay? When you start pushing up near 30, you be like, "Ooh, I remember I was, I made some bad mistakes." But as you get older, you're supposed to get wiser. You doing the same type of crap you was doing back in your 20s, far as meeting guys. And I explained to her, I said, it make it seem like that you desperate and you settle because you feel you can't do better. Why would you talk to somebody like that? I said, you've been doing that stuff in your 20s. Well, excuse me, I'm just tired of, being, by myself and doing this, doing that. And I said, I understand that. I said, but you have to make better decisions than in jail. And especially what happened. Do you ever remember what happened when he was in jail before? I mean, it's a possibility that can happen again. And if he's in that situation like that, what do he have to bring to the table? He gonna be paying all your rent, or you gonna get him a place to stay, or he gonna be driving your car, or you working, you gonna have to be giving him money. I said, I don't understand, you know. But like I explained to her, I'm happy for her. But you can't make the same mistakes. The moral of the story is that you was doing 20, 30 years ago. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over. Because I know I don't. And I won't. So we just talked about that for a while. Then she was inquiring about me, so and so and so and so. He asked about you. I said, yeah, nigga, he would keep asking. I said, I'm not doing that. I said, I grew. I look at life different. I said, everybody deserves to be happy. I said, but you don't want to be in a relationship with someone. I said that he can't pull a weight. Then if you go around and your significant other say he buy you a bracelet, then you get mad. What do you expect? You knew this guy didn't have it when you met him. So things like that, I know I probably won't be talking to her for a while because I know her ways, and I know I'll come over there, go over there or whatever. She stopped at my house, and my son, like, he just bought me another Michael Kors bag for Christmas. Girl, he keep buying you them purses like that? And I said, yeah. I said, well, don't be getting mad at me or my son. I said, you get mad at your kids. I said, what's the problem? She made an inquiry about that. Girl, he keep buying you them purses? Yeah, what's the matter with that? So I already know how she is. I already know, I really know her mannerisms. You go around doing that stuff. Girl, who bought you that? And I ignore. So I can imagine she meeting this guy. I don't know what he have to offer her, but I can imagine one thing. But if anybody else, all of the friends go around her and you got your nails done and you saying your boy Leroy paid for them, she gonna make a comment. You could have had the same thing, but you know. So I talked to her and like I told her, I wish you all the luck in the world. I said, don't you call me. I said, when stuff started going in left field, I said, because you was doing the same stuff back 30 years ago. So remember, guys, please just move forward. It's a whole world out there for everybody to be happy, even if you by yourself. Be happy. Don't be with nobody that's going to bring you down or cause you a lot of pain. Then you calling somebody at midnight, talking to them to 5 in the morning about that stuff. Don't do it. Because as we get older, baby, we get wiser. At least some of us do. And on that note, that's my thought for today. Because that conversation threw me for a loop because I would thought that she know better because guess what? She's older than me. But anyway, I wish her all the luck. And I just hope everything work out for her. Because it's 2026, everything gonna work out for me because I demand it do. I'm not finna go around playing around no games. I'm too old for them games, honey. And on that note, you guys, I will catch you in the next one. Bye, y'all.